So this is extension of unique professionals. So we were talking about what's a real digital marketer, right? So to me, a digital marketer is someone who can leverage a budget of $100,000 or $1 million, right? They're not. It's not someone who you give $1 million to. They say, "Oh, I'm a digital marketer," and you give them $1 million, and they post on Facebook a lot of times to the audience that they built. It's like, no, that is an influencer who's putting your money in their bank account and they're posting for you. Even if you make money or not, it's in their bank account. That's not a digital marketer. A digital marketer is somebody who's certified. Well, they don't have to be certified. It's just, it looks good to know that they're certified because that means they even took the test. Like, yeah, you could cheat on a Google. You can get an AdWords test, right? But I'm saying they know what they're doing. If you give them $1 million, they can put it in the AdWords and they can create a strategy, right? They have to be a strategist. You can't be a digital marketer without being a strategist. It's impossible. It's impossible. Even with Facebook, you can't just get on like, oh, I'm just gonna run an advertisement. It's like, no, what does the ad copy look like? What are the colors? What does the copy look like? What is the color of the ad? What are you selling? Who are you selling it to? Are you gonna do interest? Is interest good? Do they even like this in that area? How many times have we tested? What is the category? What is the process that we're going to use to build the snowball effect as fast as possible, right? With as less issues as possible. So let's just say you're selling Pokemon clothing, right? And you're going to say, oh, we're going to start with Pikachu. And then we're going to try a Bulbasaur. And then we're going to try Gengar or some shit. So you're like, okay, these are top Pokemon that people know already. So let's try to do a Pokemon nobody knows and see what that works like. So now you have new. And now everybody's like, oh, that's Pikachu. It's Pikachu all the time. But then you release I don't know, like a Taurus or like a Clefairy or something. And they're like, oh, I've never seen that, a Clefairy. Oh, I want it, right? Because they never seen it. New, right? New, easy, safe, big. Now you created a snowball with your brand. So now you're building a brand with a new product. Now you can release the Pikachu or blah, 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 blah. But somebody who's doing promotion, they're like, yeah, we can promote your Pikachu shorts. And then they just push it out and then that's it. There's no strategy behind it. They just pocketed your money and they left. And then they just do somebody else. That's not a digital marketer. That is a promoter. A digital marketer is somebody who will look at all your site and be like, you should release these now. Push these out, see the reaction. If they sell, stick with that. Try another one, see if it sells, stick with that. And then you're just building up and up and up and up. And then they build you a strategy based on what works on different platforms. So like, okay, this one's working on Google Ads, but it's not working on Facebook. Okay, let's switch it. Boom. Okay, these two work well. Let's do a buy two, get one free. And we can do a carousel with Facebook. Boom. Now you got a carousel on products that actually work. And then you can do a new carousel with products that you haven't even tried yet. So you don't want to do one, you want to do 5. And you just snowball and see what works. This is selling. Okay, that's not selling bad. Okay, we got 60% on this one. Boom. And you're just leveraging the budget. And the owner is like, yeah, I can see the profits coming in. I can see the profits. Keep doing what you're doing. Boom, boom, boom. They send a report. Oh, it's at 40%. Oh, it's at 80% now. Now you're at 200%. Now you're at 300%. And the owner is happy. He's like, yes, keep him. We want him. Boom. That's a digital marketer. He's a strategist. He can set up the analytics on top of the Shopify analytics. What works? This analytics software gives us this. We can see the keyword we can see what people are typing to go into this. Oh, I just discovered that because Google Analytics doesn't show me what they're typing to come to my site. They just show me where they are and what page they're on, right? They don't show me what internet company they're using. It don't show me like big details. That's what a digital marketer is. They're solving problems. They're finding out new shit. That's a digital marketer. Like a digital marketer is not somebody who's gonna, oh, I do Instagram promotions for $100, and then you tell them give them $100, and then you're like, oh, I'm a digital marketer. No, you are not a digital marketer. You are an influencer. You need professionals. You need them. And you need, that's why I say the best digital marketers are strategists. Bottom line. If they're not a strategist, it's open for them to take your money. Because nobody should take your money if they haven't given you a strategy. If they don't give you a strategy, they don't care about you. I'm just telling you that. Because anybody can say, oh yeah, you sell perfume, yeah, I can sell that perfume for you. And you give them their money and then it ain't no sales. And then they're gonna come back around, oh yeah, but and they could have told you that before you even paid them. They should give you the issue before you even pay them, or they don't care about you. They're gonna take your money, they're gonna post it all on social media. They're going to run some ads. It's going to be all fucked up. It's not going to be optimized. And they're not going to care because you didn't respect their art form, which is you didn't respect their work enough to know that they're being disrespectful, right? Like when you know somebody's work and what it takes, you can criticize them on that and they'll do a better job. Because it's the mirror effect, right? They look like, oh, he knows, so I have to do good, and then they'll run away. They'll be like, oh, never mind, I can't meet what they're doing, so then you don't hire them. That's it. That's why I always say, good generalists know good specialists. If you know what it takes to get from someone what they do, then you can bring the best out of them. And if they can't live up to that, then they're not worth anything anyway. They just posted up some job thing and they say, oh, I can do this. But they're not committed to what they're doing. They're like, oh, I want to make a quick buck or something. It's like, no. You go do that with people who want to make a quick buck. You need professionals. Professionalism wins. It wins every time. That's why I would never take like a scam client, because being a scammer, it's too instant. It might take work to get to that scam aspect, but there's nothing grounded in it. What's grounded in it is manipulation. There's no trust built. There's no trust, and even if there's trust, it's not real. So I would never work with a scammer, even though a scammer can make money with Shopify because it's numbers based and it's numbers based. It's numbers and emotion, because people buy with emotions, right? So that's just what it is. But what it takes to manage a Shopify store, a scammer, they have an instant mindset. They don't have the mindset that's needed to run something like that, because that shit takes work, right? It takes work. Scamming don't take work, not real work. It takes manipulation, which they would say is work, but they're scammers. They'll tell you anything. But back to you need professionals. So yeah, and that's the same with Facebook. Like take me. I'm not perfect. Like me, I used to always interest target on Facebook. Like interest, they have to like what you're selling. If we're selling Coca-Cola, right? I don't sell Coca-Cola, but I'm just using for example. If you're selling Coca-Cola, we should be like, oh, they like Coca-Cola, they like Pepsi, they like Sprite, and it's like, no, don't. They all like to drink things, so just don't even do interest targeting. Right? See, I was like that. I was like heavy interest. Oh, if we're selling beach towels, we need to be in Florida and California. And you know what I'm saying? And you're like, no, maybe somebody just want a beach towel because they don't want to use a regular towel in their house. So don't even do interest. And then you sell more. I didn't know that. That's one thing I had to learn. Because I'm so detailed that the detail can sometimes be a bad thing. But most of the time, the detailed guy is the best guy because he's going to be detailed enough to know that he's too detailed. But a guy that's not detailed, he's you don't want to work with that because digital marketing is pure details. That's all it is detail. Even if you're doing YouTube videos, you still looking. Any YouTuber is gonna look at their analytics. I don't care who they are. Like I work with musicians who use like Spotify. I think on Spotify they have Spotify for artists, like the data. So if you get a lot of streams, they show all the data and all that. And I've seen musicians look at that data every day. They just look at it, boom, boom, boom. So everything is in the details, and everybody's going to be a data analyst. They may not be a professional, whatever that means, but there's so much data that everybody is a data analyst. Yeah, they might not be able to be good for a company, but if you're an entrepreneur, you're looking at some kind of data somewhere. You're looking at it. You're looking at data somewhere. If you a rapper, especially if you're independent or a musician, you're looking at Spotify for artists. If you're a YouTube, you're looking at your YouTube. Everybody's looking at data. Like even if you look at like a data analyst from like the 2000s, right? You'd be like, well, even like 2010, you'd be like, wow, these, and you look at the data technology, they would look at you like, what is that? You'd be like, what is that? Because that was the data that the company was using. But now that it's data right on your phone, even if you don't want it, it's on there. So data is huge. I love data. Like, I love data. Because data can, like, yeah, the human aspect is important. But data is more truthful than a human because a human will tell you anything. And you go in the data and it's all in there. Like people are like, oh no, I don't. A lot of people say, oh, I don't look at these type of videos. I don't look at this type. And then you look at the analytics and all that shit is like, I looked at like the Prawn Hub, right? The Prawn Hub. Because I got friends who do adult marketing. So they do adult marketing. And they send like what people search all the time. And it's people who tell you they don't look at that all day. And you look at the analytics, and that shit is all in it. Everybody's typing it. So data is more truthful than humans. Because a human will tell you anything. And then they'll go right 10 seconds later and go do what they say they didn't even do. That's why I love data. It's beautiful to me. It's really psychological, right? Right? That's why it's funny. I think it's funny that people study psychology in school when you can just go outside and just look right at it. Right? Like Sigmund Freud, he didn't make the company, he didn't make psychology class by going to psychology class. He made psychology class by looking at people and writing what he saw. And then they made you go pay to study what he saw. You paid $40,000 to learn what Sigmund Freud thought. Like, that's why college is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I'm like, I'm going to read some books that I can just Google. And it's right in front of me. This book is right here in front of me. I can Google it, pay $10, or I could just go to college and get it for like $50,000. I'm like, well, no, no. But back to you need professionals. Yeah, Google AdWords, the lack of detail in the ads guy is huge. It's huge. That's a common problem.